Hi everyone, welcome to game 10 in the Brilliancy series, and this is Yasser Seirawan versus Timman. I got my AS level results today and got a B in history, got a B in geography, and got a D in RS, but hopefully I can get that up with work next year, and then I should be on course for a good uni with these results, so I am in a good mood. And I've got round 4 of the 3 Seas Grand Prix tonight, and I hope to winning that, and then I will be on course to win the Open. And I will do a video on the game like I've done in all the other rounds, and I've also hopefully got a few congresses coming up soon, because my good exam results hopefully get me into a few congresses, and I will do videos on them games, whatever the result. But anyway, let's start off with this game. It was played in 1990 in something called Hilversum, whatever that is. And Seirawan was white and opened with d4, after which comes knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, b6, knight c3, bishop b4. We have transposed into the 4f3 Nimzo Indian. Sorry, 4 knight f3 Nimzo Indian. Not that terrible, dreadful losing line. Of course, black wants to control e4, and now queen b3, which looks a bit like the Spielman variation to me, with this random queen move, although it does have a point, because it attacks the bishop, and after c5, protecting it, white plays a3, and in this line, theory says you should actually not take the knight, and instead play bishop a5, and now bishop g5, and white has got rapid development, and now Timman plays a rather aggressive move, knight c6, which is given a question mark exclamation mark in Seirawan's book. He says that bishop b7 and h6, bishop takes f6, queen takes f6 are much safer. Now Seirawan plays castles queenside, a risky looking move, but he's threatening now stuff like e4, d5 and e5, blowing black off the board. And now he plays bishop takes c3 because in the Nimzo Indian, when white's castled and has broke the pin, it's no use then, so you're best off taking. And now Seirawan realised in his preparation that if he just takes back casually, then black can break the pin with knight e4, and after everything comes off, black has got the advantage because of white's fractured pawn structure. And white hasn't even got the bishop pair to compensate or attack against the king, which he usually has in the Nimzo, so black is better here. So he plays in this strong Zwischenzug d5, and in his preparation, Timman had preferred bishop e5, d takes c6, bishop c7, c takes d7 check, bishop takes d7, g3, queen e7, bishop g2, and rook d8 with equality. However, he thought he'd deviate with e takes d5, which is a blunder. Bishop takes b2 check wins a pawn, but is bad because after queen takes b2, knight a5, e4, black's knight is horribly misplaced, and white's strong pawn centre provides more than enough compensation for the pawn. And white is threatening e5. So he takes, and now all black's decisions are bad here. If knight d4, then queen takes c3, knight takes f3, g takes f3, white has a strong pawn centre, an open G line, and the bishop pair in compensation for the fractured pawn structure, and this is better for white. If bishop d4, trying to counter-attack against f2, then this fails due to takes, and e3, trapping the bishop in, and it's going to be lost. So he plays bishop b5, and after d takes c6, now he protects the bishop with queen e7, and now Seirawan was thinking of playing e4 in this position. It looks more natural because after c takes d7 check, black can develop the bishop with tempo. But now the could come d takes c6, knight takes c5, queen takes c5, f4 and queen c7. And white's got some good compensation for the pawn, but it's probably not better for white this. Probably about equal. So he plays c takes d7 check, bishop takes d7 and e3. And amazingly enough, for the next few moves, the game's a bit like the Morphic Count Esard game. This game where I might do a video on it at some point where Morphic just completely hacks him up, and it's just like that game. I'm sure many of you have seen it. If black tries to castle it, then this loses a piece due to a series of captures, and now removing the defender. H6 trying to break the pin on the queen leads to the strong sack. Rook takes d7, king takes d7, knight takes e5 check, queen takes e5 takes, bishop f4. And in a lot of lines in Seirawan's calculation, the bishop coming to f4 is decisive, and white's attack is just too strong here. Now after rook d8, Seirawan plays a great move, and if you want to try and spot it, please stop the video now. Clue, it's like the Morphe game. And by the way, he calls the title in the book a la Morphe. Well, the move is, if you've seen that game, you'll have no problems guessing rook takes d7, and after rook takes d7, bishop b5. Look, there's multiple threats now. There is 2 pins. The rook is pinned to the king and the knight is pinned to the queen. Stuff like knight takes e5 is also threatened. Rook's coming to d1 with tempo, and Timman, a strong solid player, is just getting hacked up now. So he plays bishop d6 to block the d line, and after rook d1, instead of taking back the rook, he brings more pieces into the attack, and now after he castles, he now takes the rook, and after queen takes d7, bishop f4. And Seirawan had calculated this at move 12 with c takes d7 check, and now black's in an awkward pin on the d line, and this game is just an example of someone getting pinned constantly. He tries c4, a disruptive pawn sacrifice. Well, it's not actually a sacrifice because the pawn's immune. The idea is if knight e8, then queen d5 wins because it can't be defended again. So he tries to distract the queen with c4, and if queen takes c4, of course rook c8 wins the queen. So if he plays queen c3, then black can play knight e4, queen d4, queen e6, bishop takes d6, and now rook d8, winning the piece back with interest. So he realises that he has to control e4, so he plays queen c2. And now knight e8 is forced, protecting the bishop, and now knight g5. And white now has dual threats of queen takes h7 mate and knight e4, attacking the bishop more times than it can be defended. The only way to stop the mate and the knight coming to e4 is with f5, which is a horrible weakening move. And now queen takes c4, the pawn falls with check, white is a pawn up, king h8, and now there is a long force win. See if you can calculate it actually. Stop the video to try and calculate it. It's quite long, but it's about 4 moves long, but it will improve your calculation skills, and if you spend a few minutes on it. So if you want to try and spot it, please stop the video. The force win is bishop takes d6, knight takes d6, and queen d5, attacking the knight twice, which is pinned. And now black has a few defences that I'll lose. If rook f6, then we have queen a8 check, queen e8, takes, rook d8, and after rook f8, rook a8, everything's pinned, and the a7 pawn's falling, and white is just going to be 2 pawns up in an endgame. If rook c8 check, trying to clear the line, or in fact trying to play after king v1, rook c6, now comes knight f7 check. After queen takes, black's rook's on pre, so white is the exchange up and a pawn. So he tries rook d8, which is the critical line you have to calculate. And here, if you was thinking of queen takes d6, this doesn't quite work, because after queen c8 check, king b1, rook takes d6, rook takes d6, black can get out of it with king g8, and it is even material, but black is slightly better here, and white's hard work will be completely undone. So knight e6, and now is the killing move, and after queen c8 check, king b1, black can defend the knight with rook d7, but now if you haven't calculated this far, see if you can spot the final move. Just a little simple tactic based on black's weak back rank. You just play queen takes d6 and Timman resigned, because if the queen's taken after rook takes d6, there's no way to stop rook d8 check winning the queen back, otherwise it's because if the queen doesn't take, then it's mate. So anyway, this shows that Seirawan, as well as being a very strong positional player, can also hack very strong grandmasters up in 26 moves. This is a brilliant game, this. He is a bit biased putting 2 of his games in the collection, but They are good games, I'll admit. I think this one would go in anyway, for sure. And just a brilliant game. And please would you like our Facebook page, subscribe to us. We're getting some good subscribers recently, and follow us on Twitter. Links will all go in the description box. Also, please visit our Epic Chess Cafe on our website. It is a really fun cafe, and everyone's liked it who's been in. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.